Today on America in Focus, Congressman Tim Kennedy did what Republicans refuse to do. He confronted federal power directly and demanded accountability. 2 American citizens are dead. A federal judge says ICE violated 96 court orders in a single month. And when asked the simplest question, will you unmask your agents? The answer was no. What you're about to see isn't just heated. It's a warning about what happens when government power operates without transparency in a country that claims to be a nation of laws.
I now recognize a gentleman from New York, Mr. Kennedy, for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Mr. Lyons, your written testimony today does not make one single mention of Renee Nicole Good or Alex Preddy. Not one. 2 American citizens have been murdered at the hands of your agency, and you have deliberately chosen under oath before Congress to ignore these tragedies. And so today, in my 5 minutes, I look forward to getting the American people some answers and some accountability that I believe they deserve. Mr. Lyons, I have some simple yes or no questions. Do you believe the U.S. Constitution provides due process for everyone in this country?
Yes.
Do you believe American citizens have the right to protest freely without being assaulted or killed by our government?
Yes.
Do you believe there should be an independent investigation when an innocent person is killed by a law enforcement agency in this country?
Yes.
Do you believe your agency has a legal obligation to follow court orders?
Yes.
Well, Mr. Lyons, you have a very strange way of showing it with a federal judge finding that your agency is in violation of 96 orders in 1 month alone. And that's just Minneapolis, Minnesota. This administration and the agencies represented before us have shown a complete and utter disregard for the law and the Constitution. Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy, both American citizens, both dead at the hands of federal agents. Alex Preddy was a VA ICU nurse who dedicated his life to healing people, healing veterans. I worked as an occupational therapist for over a decade. In that video that we've all seen, it was Alex Preddy who was doing what healthcare workers do, what nurses do. They help people who are hurting, help people who are in trouble. In this case, helping a fellow peaceful protester who was shoved to the ground right before your agents shot him 10 times. And we're now learning that FBI Director Kash Patel stopped the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minnesota from investigating the death of Ms. Good because of fear that an investigation would contradict President Trump's falsehoods that she violently, willfully, and viciously ran down an agent. 6 federal prosecutors resigned rather than participate in a cover-up. Kristi Noem, Stephen Miller, and you, Mr. Lyons, have appointed yourselves judge, jury, and executioner, allowing American citizens to be gunned down in our streets with impunity. We all know the president is a liar. He's sold snake oil his entire life, but he can't tell us and the American people that we did not see with our own eyes what we saw in that video. 2 Americans shot dead in cold blood. The American people aren't stupid like he thinks we are. The fact that our government murders American citizens, lies about it, and then refuses to investigate or seek justice is beyond abhorrent. It's un-American. Mr. Lyons, in America, we shouldn't have secret police. We shouldn't have masked government agents executing citizens in the streets. The Constitution does not give your agency the right to hide their faces while they kill Americans. Will you commit, yes or no, to immediately unmasking every agent conducting immigration enforcement and requiring them to wear standard uniforms with identifiable badges?
No.
Well, that's a sad response. Your answer is completely unacceptable. People who are proud of what they do aren't hiding their identity. We're a nation of laws, and you, your boss, Secretary Noem, and Donald Trump are not above the law. The American people are angry, and they're demanding accountability and justice from those giving the orders. Mr. Lyons, yes or no, do you believe that Secretary Noem should resign?
I'm not going to comment on that, sir.
So you're going to look the families of Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy in the eye and tell them Secretary Noem should keep her job after their loved ones were killed?
Sir, the loss of any life is unacceptable. And my heart, prayers, and thoughts go out to anyone who tragically loses his life, especially a child, since I've suffered personal loss in my life. But I'm not going to comment on an ongoing investigation.
Well, Mr. Lyons, the American people are watching. Your unwillingness to demand accountability from your own leadership speaks volumes. 2 American citizens
Gentleman's
are dead.
time is expired.
The American people deserve
Gentleman's
accountability.
time is expired. Members are reminded that we must adhere to established standards of decorum in debate. It is a clear violation of the rules of the House to make statements that might be personally offensive to the President or the Vice President of the United States.
What you just watched was not a policy disagreement. It was a direct confrontation between accountability and power. Congressman Tim Kennedy came armed with facts, names, and a simple demand: follow the law. And what did the American people get in return? Evasion, deflection, and a stunning refusal to take responsibility. Let's start with what should never be ignored. 2 American citizens are dead: Renee, Nicole, good, Alex, pray. Yet the ICE chief's sworn testimony before Congress didn't mention either of them. Not once. That wasn't an oversight, that was a choice. A deliberate decision to erase 2 human lives from the official record. Tim Kennedy made sure that didn't stand. He began by walking the ICE chief through a series of basic yes or no questions. Does the Constitution guarantee due process? Yes. Do Americans have the right to protest without being assaulted or killed by their own government? Yes. Should there be independent investigations when innocent people die at the hands of law enforcement? Yes. Does your agency have a legal obligation to follow court orders? Yes. All agreement, all on the record. And then came the contradiction. A federal judge found ICE in violation of 96 court orders in a single month just in Minneapolis. That's not a paperwork issue. That's not confusion. That's systemic disregard for the law. Alex Prey wasn't a threat. He wasn't armed. He wasn't attacking anyone. He was a VA ICU nurse helping a fellow protester who had just been shoved to the ground. That's what healthcare workers do. Seconds later, federal agents shot him 10 times. And when it comes to Renee Nicole Good, Kennedy revealed something even more disturbing. According to reporting, the FBI director stopped federal prosecutors from investigating her death because the facts might contradict Donald Trump's public claims. 6 federal prosecutors reportedly resigned rather than take part in what they viewed as a cover-up. Let that sink in. Carrier prosecutors walked away from their jobs rather than help protect political lies. This isn't about left versus right. This is about whether the government is allowed to kill American citizens, lie about it, and then refuse to investigate itself. Then came the moment that should concern every single American, regardless of party. Tim Kennedy asked the ICE chief a straightforward question. Will you commit to unmasking agents and requiring identifiable uniforms and badges during enforcement actions? The answer was no. No explanation. No justification. Just no. In a democracy, law enforcement does not operate anonymously. In a free society, agents of the state do not hide their identities. And in America, we do not accept secret police. Kennedy said it plainly. People who are proud of what they do don't hide. And he's right. Accountability starts with being identifiable. Without that, there is no justice, only power. When Kennedy pressed further, asking whether the Secretary of Homeland Security should resign, the ICE chief again refused to answer. More condolences, more vague language, no accountability. That silence spoke louder than any statement. Because here's the truth. If an agency can ignore court orders, block investigations, conceal identities, and face no consequences, then the rule of law is already in danger. Tim Kennedy closed with a warning, not just to ICE, but to the entire administration. This is a nation of laws. And no one, not cabinet secretaries, not federal agencies, not the president is above them. The American people are watching, they're angry, and they're demanding accountability. And after this exchange, one thing is clear, the questions aren't going away.